Hey, Peace World. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Please hit that subscribe button if you like the way that any of the content is being presented or discussed, analyzed, previewed, recap, broken down. Consider becoming a subscriber. So this is just kind of random stuff, man. It's coming off of a pretty good sports weekend as well as music. Do check me out over at www.bitedownboxing.com. Plenty of coverage from this weekend's big fight with Teofimo Lopez becoming the youngest and the first undisputed lightweight champion. Well, with a little discrepancy there with that WBC title, but that's neither here nor there. But I also did one of my sound for sound columns over there where I mix up a current boxing headline with a current music or hip hop headline or development. So Benny the Butcher's new album came out Friday, Burden of Proof, and obviously I think Teofimo Lopez dealt with some burden of proof with his performance Saturday night on ESPN. So that, again, bitedownboxing.com. Check that out. I prefer to be on my pen than in front of the camera, or my keyboard, honestly. But anyway, that's out there. Quick thought, and probably zero casual boxing fans give a damn what I'm getting ready to ask. Maybe a certain percentage of diehard boxing fans. But is Richardson Hitchens, is he in trouble coming up November 28th against Argenis Mendez? I mean, somebody get tired of him? He's with Mayweather Promotions, I believe. That just seems horrific for matchmaking. And no disrespect to the kid. I actually talked to him once or twice at Barclays up there for a couple of PBC fights. But the experience level is noticeable. And then Mendez is like, he can be a bit physical. I think he put away Eddie Ramirez, dropped him 2 or 3 times a couple of years ago. And Hitchens just has not shown us that he has a lot of power. He just hasn't. And we talked that man strength stuff and so on and so forth. I don't know if that's in his future or whatnot. Has been trying to fashion himself as a slick boxer. But I could see Mendez kind of being disrespectful to him. Like, man, get this little dude out of here. That could be one to watch. But like I said, at some point in time, you gotta sink or swim. So I guess that could be that type of moment for him. But I didn't think Hitchens had really demonstrated that he's on that level just yet. Argenis Mendez has been in there with Robert Easter, Luke Campbell, Red Cash, Anthony Peterson, Juan Heraldez, who's getting ready to fight Regis Prograis. That just jumped out at me. Saturday night, with the basic comment that Teofimo Lopez said that Vasily Lomachenko was basic. Honestly, man, I think a lot of your players in a lot of sports are pretty basic, but they're very unique. They're exceptional at what they're basic in. And they keep stuff simple. So I don't really know if I look at this. One, you gotta give Lopez some leeway here. He just came out of a fight and beat one of the best names in the business, one of the best fighters in the business. You're gonna talk your stuff. So I don't think it was anything egregious here or disrespectful or shouldn't even be off-putting. The performance that he had, it's kind of a decent categorization because just based on what he brought to the table and how sharp he was that night, it looked basic. You know, and when a fighter can't be made to get outside of what he wants to do, and when he can be the fighter and when he can execute the game plan that he wants to execute, he's going to be comfortable, and his opponent is probably going to be basic. Looking at some of the judges' scorecards, I think, man, sometimes some of us, I know I'm guilty, when a fighter is not able to resemble anything that you've come to know them to be, I think judges tend to get a little impatient. And that fighter doesn't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. Because he's like, where's what I'm supposed to be seeing, you know? I think Triple G has had some nights like that when he got against the other elites and world-class guys and whatnot. Some other guys here and there. But I don't know. I'm not too down on the kid for saying he was basic. What was another thing I was going to throw? Yeah. So that's all I was really going to say on that. I'm actually looking forward to sitting back and watching that fight later on today for the second time. Now that I've been away from it for a couple of days and I can just sit and watch it. I was looking at the CompuBox stats, man. You know, I'm comfortable with 7-5, 8-4, but you know, did 6 and 7? You know, did Vasily win those rounds? Did he win the 7th round? The 8th round was even. Like I said, man, 9 and 10 were his best rounds. 9, 10, and 11. But then you're getting that who landed. He wasn't credited for throwing a jab to the body all night. All night. It really only threw 20 jabs. Was only credited for 20 jabs. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to checking it out, man, and seeing what I may have missed. Another topic, man, that I just wanted to hit on. I made a video a couple weeks ago about LeBron James and his respect, which happens to be on this Michigan shirt. We got Joe Milton trotting him out there this weekend for the Wolverines. But the respect comment that LeBron James, somebody watched the video and made a very long response. And, you know, I don't totally disagree with what the person was saying. I guess for me, though, when I'm looking at respect, a perfect example right now is Clayton Kershaw. If you looked at that phenomenal Game 7 last night with the Los Angeles Dodgers, which he was not a part of, another point to my major sub-point to my whole point, you know, Kershaw is a regular season killer. Like plus 100 on wins and losses. His ERA is like 2.4, and I'm not even going to kill you with a lot of stats, but his ERA is like 2.4 regular season. You get to the postseason, it's like 4.3 or something. You know, he gains 2 runs. But it's been some horrible starts for him, and he's less than 500 in the postseason. So I'm just saying, like, again, with respect, the NBA is set up for individual players to look great and to win. And the press, the mainstream media, the TV guys even put all the narratives out there for what they want to see happen. They try to predict it. And usually that involves LeBron James. Now he's gotten to the point where he's got his enemies and they root against him. They want to see challenges against him that he can't easily overcome because of some of the moves that he's made and because of how physically more, you know, his physical advantages allow him to be so dominant. But like I said, Kershaw here, he's only 13 or 14 years in the league. None of that same success. None of that same success. Dan Marino was a face of the league. I don't think he ever made it back to the Super Bowl after his what, first or second year or something. Aaron Rodgers, face of the league. His team has never even drafted him a number one wide receiver. I think it's number one. Never even put a Hall of Fame or, a blue chip dude out there with him. After 15, years or whatever, it's 16 years, whatever it is for him. But here's LeBron James with everything tailor made to your success. And we're still supposed to respect you. Shout out to the Devil Rays, man. And what's Randy Azarena? The hell this dude come from? So I don't know, man. Baseball's postseason in comparison to the NBA, this is such a random point. But again, with respect, like, you're doing what you're supposed to do almost in a league that's set up for elite players, its superstars to win and eat. And I'm sorry, just in these other sports, man, it's different. So it's not, and like, he probably is talking to the mainstream media, like, give me my respect. He probably is, because a lot of us don't even care. Like, I tune in to see if him against the ops and what the hell the ops bring to the table, and it's very easy to look very quickly and see not a whole lot. I go do something else. I come back next year. So, but and looking at Clayton Kershaw, man, and look at the Dodgers have the highest. I believe they have the highest payroll right now. Had to come back from 1-3 to get to the World Series coming up. I think Wednesday night. But they even add a Mookie Betts. And it doesn't have the same impact as LeBron adding, an AD. Matter of fact, Mookie Betts made most of his big contributions to this series came from his play in the outfield. Not even at the plate. So, like I said, man, I probably screwed that point all up, man. But just sitting back on some real sports, something besides boxing. I guess to clarify my point, man, I just find it senseless to eagerly go throw respect towards a dude where everything is built up in his favor, and he just happens to come up short. And I credited, or cited the unusual circumstances that the dude has faced when he's gotten to the top of the mountaintop, and it was a hell of a ops waiting there for him in the situations where he lost. Now, he had some help too with Allen, with them 41-point games from Kyrie. So I don't know, man. I just had to circle back around when I look at Kershaw, the Aaron Rodgers of the world. That's it. I done messed up. I done stuck around like Roy Jones, man. I done fought 7 more fights and just totally ruined the video. Let me get on out of here, man. Like I said, I'm gonna check out this fight for the second time later on tonight. And that's it, man. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. You have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.